Hello and welcome to my craft table. I'm going to do some slow stitching on a pair of jeans. I'm going to put some flowers above the pockets and some vines below the pockets. And I thought I'd take you along for the process. These are the same jeans that I put the other slow stitch patch on. And they're the only pair of jeans I have with me on this trip. Find slow stitching is a very peaceful and quiet activity for the evening. So we're not going to have much talking in this. So I'm going to do the same stitches all the way around here, and I'm going to use different shades of green. Now I drew this on my jeans with this Uniball pigment ink white. I'll be going over top of it so as you see it doesn't show through once I've embroidered on it. So I'll come back when I've got this all done. To prevent a lot of knots, I'm going to show you how I bury my threads. So I'm going to start the knot and pull it through right there. There's going to be a leaf that comes out here, so I'm going to do 3 back stitches right really close together here, which will anchor the stitch in, come back out where I want the stitch to go, and then I get my scissors and I cut the knot off, bearing it inside, and I continue embroidering. You can see I'm using 2 different colors of yarn here, embroidery floss, and I'm using 3 strands. Ouch. And I'm pricking myself. And where I showed you first that I was using one of these Lazy Daisy leaves, I'm actually, as you can see here, I started using 2 just to fill them in more. And so what I do is I make the outer one, and then I just go in on the inside of the inner one, making sure I'm coming up in between the loop. Spread it around. Hold it down and come back up on the other side. Now these ivies are, the leaves are coming out both sides. You can also do an ivy where they're not. The symmetry appeals to me right now. So I just hold the loop down so I don't do it too tight. Again, come up in the middle and do another Lazy Daisy, just a little bit smaller. And that fills it in nicely. Now on this one, I am actually doing it through the pocket. I want to do another one where I do it not through the pocket and see if that's better. I don't know. If somebody's embroidered on jeans before, you can tell me which is better. I want to discuss a little bit about my YouTube channel. I clearly have 2 types of audiences. One is wanting paper crafting, and the other is wanting slow stitching. And when I put out too many videos of one type, other people start dropping off. And you know, that is totally okay. I'm doing this more for myself and for the friends that I have developed on YouTube who encourage me to keep doing it. So sometimes there will be slow stitching and sometimes there will be paper crafting. It really depends on what I'm doing and how I'm feeling at the time. I haven't posted, but I'm also doing a fair bit of upcycling of sheets and old clothing into repurposing it into clothing for myself this year and sewing. I posted one of those. I haven't posted the others. I tend to get them done and then I don't have any video for posting. So alright, I'm going to finish doing this ivy. So as you can see, I have finished all of my vines, and I'm going to start doing some of the flowers that'll show up over top of the pocket on these jeans. And so again, I'm going to take my thread, so I'm using 6 strands of this floss. And I'm pulling my knot here, and then I'm going to do some tacking stitches just in the middle of where I'm going to place these bullion stitches, bullion knots, to tack down my yarn so it won't come undone. And then I'm going to go back here and cut out the knot. And so now I'm going to start doing my bullion. And here is my, you can barely see it, but it's right here that I'm going to do this other knot. So I'm going to start by coming up. I might have done this wrong here, but we'll see. So there I've got my, and I'm going to put 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to pull it through and then tighten up the stitches, and yes, it's quite messy there. But it is a flower, so we'll see if we can bury it there. And I'm going to do another one a little higher up. And because it's a flower, I'm going to put one down the middle. Make this one a little longer because I want to pull it down more. Now there we go. I'm back in my groove now of doing the stitches. So there's the top of the flower. So now I'm going to go down a bit farther here. And come out. And I'm going to start doing some more of these bullion stitches and create the rest of my flower. Whoa, this one might not be very good. See how it's all bunched up there? All right, so never be afraid when you're doing your stitching to decide that it is just worth taking it out, or to see if you can fix it up without the needle in there. Remember, this is for your own enjoyment. So because I didn't panic, I've still been able to salvage the stitch, which is good. So I'm going to just finish up this flower here and show you, and I'm going to put another one right there. Hello, so as you can see, I've done the 3 flowers, and I have finished this one by doing straight stitching down the stem and then doing feather stitching on the leaf. So here I'm going to show you how I'm doing that. So I've done my straight stitching here, and now I'm just coming down and trying not to hit my camera. Coming up beside the other stitch, coming down this way. Where I have my camera is right in front of where I'm stitching, and it's hard for me to find a good spot to both see my stitching and not hit the camera for you. Don't know how many times I've done this. Well, I do know. I started doing it over here, filming it, and I kept hitting the camera. You would have all been seasick. So, as you see, what I'm doing is heading towards my stem. Oops, sorry, there I hit it. And down. And so there's my leaf. Now I'm going to do 3 more leaves here and at least 1 leaf there, and then we're going to put the daisies in there. So I will be back. All right, I have finished the 3 flowers and put the leaves on them. And now I'm starting on the sunflowers. So here I'm doing with a variegated thread, gold thread, using all 6 strands. I'm making a daisy, doing daisy stitches. Bring that down so it doesn't, oh, sorry. So it doesn't bump. And then I'm going to fill the center with French knots. Whoops, don't want to do that. And I'm going to just continue all the way around, and I've got a half daisy here and a half daisy over here and a full daisy there and a half daisy there. And I'll come back when I have my daisies done.
Just because I thought it was kind of cool.